It's Centipede, one of these arcade games that knows when you're trying to record it and intentionally becomes 3 times more difficult. I broke 50 the day before this using the same controller on my laptop, but you won't see that in this review. Anyway, that score still sucks, but Centipede's a challenging game that requires a lot of time and practice. And one hell of a precise aim. I'm playing this with a trackball on a PC, which is like 95% awesome. Ideally, you would have a stand-up Centipede arcade machine in perfect working order, but in reality that's expensive and difficult to come by these days. So fortunately, Centipede, being as popular as it is available for just about everything. But not everything has a trackball. Yeah, the Atari 5200 version does, but well, it's the Atari 5200. The PC version, however, which can be easily found out there in Cyberland or purchased with any number of collections, is awesome with a real trackball. And this is played with the X-Arcade tank stick with trackball. It doesn't stop me from getting my ass kicked by that spider, though. I wish it did. Nope, that all goes back to skill, or lack thereof. But that spider is tricky and erratic. It gives you a lot of points, so you'd like to shoot it, but you'd also like to stay away from it, because it kills you. Kind of like real spiders, the mutated ones, at least. The reason that a trackball is better when playing Centipede or many other games that were designed to work with a trackball, like Missile Command, is that they give you more precision. In an era before analog joysticks and thumbsticks were commonplace, the trackball was the way to get that analog fast or slow movement when moving the cursor around the screen. But that's not what makes Centipede challenging. What makes it really hard, I think, is the slow rate of fire in Centipede. Because while it may not seem like much, the time that it takes a shot to go from the bottom to the top of the screen is pretty much an eternity when you get down to it. And if you miss what you're shooting at, you'll be waiting a while until you can shoot again. And unlike Space Invaders, if the Centipede reaches the bottom of the screen, it doesn't kill you outright, it just makes your life miserable until you get rid of it. If you buy an X-Arcade tank stick or any high-quality joystick with a trackball, it's important to remember while playing Centipede how much you paid for that thing, so you don't punch it when you become infuriated and frustrated at Centipede or any other 1980s arcade game for that matter. They're not for the weak of heart or the easily frustrated. If you're looking for a checkpoint so that it saves your game and easily allows you to continue, look elsewhere. Centipede is there to kick your ass, and it does a nice job at that. Like the majority of these old-school 1980s arcade games, these are meant to be fast and short so that people were going on and off the machine while putting quarters into it. It was fun to see a Centipede arcade machine front and center in a recent Drew Barrymore movie. Going the Distance, that's what that movie was called. It's basically a chick flick, but it does have a Centipede machine in it. And the Top Gun reference is nice. You earn extra lives every 12,000 points that you get, which may not seem that difficult, considering if you time your shot right, you can get 900 points just for one spider if you're close to it. But in reality, the scoring in Centipede is quite low, and you don't get much for shooting the actual centipede or the mushrooms, or even staying alive. It's that damn spider that gives you the points. While much of this review has centered on the trackball playability of Centipede, the game is still totally playable with a joystick. I've previously reviewed Centipede for Atari 2600, 7800, and 5200, and no matter how you play it, Centipede is a good time. It's ideally played with a trackball, but not required if you have no other way. So find it for MAME, find an arcade machine, find it in a collection. It's Centipede, one of the greatest games ever made.